Hello and welcome to the study of Introduction to Management. In this section, we will explore what managers do. This time, we still start our study with a discussion about Manager A and B. We have learned that Manager A had been a very confident employee because he had been the sales champion for 3 years. But after being promoted to be a manager, he was deeply frustrated by the last one team performance. What's more, he has no idea how to make improvement. Now, suppose you are a management consultant. What are your suggestions for Manager A to improve his team performance? One of my suggestions is to learn and perform 4 functions of management. According to the function approach, managers perform certain activities or functions as they effectively and efficiently coordinate the work of others. These functions are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Actually, the great majority of management textbooks are organized around management functions. Although we will look at each function as independent one, managers must be able to perform all 4 functions simultaneously. Each function has an effect on the others. That is, these functions are interrelated and interdependent. The planning function encompasses defining an organization's goals, establishing overall strategies to achieve goals, and developing a comprehensive hierarchy of plans to integrate and coordinate activities. Since organizations exist to achieve some purpose, someone has to define that purpose and the means for its achievement. A manager is that someone. The exhibit on the screen describes how overall organizational objectives cascade down through the organization. The model begins with overall organizational objectives at the top. It is represented by a triangle with a product base. Below it is the next level, divisional objectives, represented by 2 smaller triangles. At the next lower level is departmental objectives, represented by 2 narrow triangles, linked to each of the 2 triangles at the previous level. At the lowest level is individual objectives, indicated by arrows pointing downward from each of the 4 triangles at the previous level. Setting objectives keeps the work to be done in its proper focus, and it also helps organizational members keep their attention in what is most important. On the screen is a news report about the China's innovation-driven development strategy. The strategy aims at encouraging innovation in all areas. It calls for integration of innovation in scientific and technological fields, as well as in systems, management, and business models. The strategy also maps out 3 major steps to promote the country's innovation-driven development. The first step is to build China into an innovative nation by 2020, and then an international leader in innovation by 2030, and to make China a world powerhouse of scientific and technological innovation by 2050. This is a typical example of national long-term plans. From the news, we learned that a long-term purpose is developed into short-term plans. And we see how it coordinates and integrates activities. Managers are also responsible for arranging and structuring work to accomplish organizational goals. We call this management function organizing. Organizing includes determining what tasks are to be done, who is to do them, how the tasks are to be grouped, who reports to whom, and where decisions are to be made. The third management function is leading. We know that every organization contains people, and it's part of a manager's job to direct and coordinate these people. Performing this activity is the leading function of management. When managers motivate subordinates, help resolve group conflicts, influence individuals or teams as they work, select the most effective channel of communication, or deal with behavior issues of employee, they are engaging in leading function. The final function managers perform is controlling. To ensure that things are going as they should, managers must monitor and evaluate performance. Actual performance must be compared with the set goals. If there are any significant deviations, it's the manager's responsibility to get work back on track. This process of monitoring, comparing, and correcting work is what we mean by the controlling function. Now let's go back to our suggestions for Manager A. As a department manager, to improve the team performance, he should jointly participate in setting the department objectives and then provide specific personal performance objectives for the individual members. Besides that, Manager A still needs to motivate and help other team members to accomplish their respective performance objectives while monitoring and correcting their work and activities. All in all, in order to improve team performance, Manager A needs to well perform all these 4 functions. In the discussion about Manager A, there's another meaningful question need to consider. How should an organization choose manager for a certain management position? A major reason for A to be promoted is his excellent personal performance. Actually, it's very common for organizations to select the best employee to the first-line manager, and then select a best lower-level manager to higher management position. How do you think about these choices? Do you believe a best salesperson will be a best manager of sales department? Similarly, will a good first-line manager be a good middle manager or top manager? The answer is not necessarily. Because different management level of position needs different management skills. Then what types of skills do managers need? Robert Katz proposed that managers need 3 critical skills in managing. They are technical skills, human skills, and conceptual skills. Now, let's look at each of them. Technical skills are the job-specific knowledge and techniques needed to proficiently perform work tasks. These skills tend to be more important for the first-line managers because they typically manage employees who use tools and techniques to produce the organization's products or service the organization's customers. Human skills involve the ability to work well with other people, both individually and in a group. Because all managers deal with people, these skills are equally important to all levels of management. Finally, conceptual skills are the skills managers use to think and conceptualize about abstract and complex situations. These skills are very important when managers making organizational strategies. Using these skills, managers see the organization as a whole, understand the relationships among various subunits, and visualize how the organization fits into its broader environment. These skills are most important to top managers. We can see that different levels of management emphasize different skills. For lower level managers, technical skills are most important. Conceptual skills are least important. And for top managers, conceptual skills are most important. Technical skills are least important. For middle managers, all three skills are equally important. According to this theory, when an organization wants to select a manager for a certain position, emphasis should be placed on management skills needed by this position. So a bad salesman may not be a suitable manager of the sales department because he or she may not have necessary human skills and conceptual skills. If you have been promoted to a certain management position, like manager A, then you should intentionally train and enhance your management skills. Otherwise, you will have to face the same problems and troubles as manager A did. Okay, that's all for this section. Thank you.